Hello and welcome back to another 5 series here on my channel. I'm Jacob from Jacob's Here, and today we're going to be doing our first ever book haul on this channel. It's so crazy, I've been planning this for a while, collecting a few books over the past few months and stuff, and I've read some of them on my channel, so it's not the first appearance, but we'll talk about them all. Also, I have an unboxing to do, book of the month, due to recent allegations and things. I'm not really sure if I'll ever get another one. But I had already mine had already been ordered and shipped to my house by the time everything did go down. So I will still be reading the books that are in here. But it does suck, and I'll see how the situation for Book of the Month kind of evolves over time. With that being said, though, there's plenty of different resources and stuff linked down below that you guys can go find in my description for Black Lives Matter. And yeah, I don't know. I'm very passionate, like I've said before, about this situation, about the matter, and I'm just going to keep talking about as it should not go away. And a lot of people think it should, especially on Twitter. I get a video every once in a while from a protest, but they're still going on, and I just don't know why most of my Twitter following, people I follow on Twitter, are just stopping to talk about when they were just so eager to talk about before. And it's really annoying, but either way, it is what it is. I think we'll save the unboxing for last so we can get really excited. There's some books in here that I'm really excited about. There's also some books over here that I'm really excited about. Some of these books I already own. All these books I own. Some of these books I wanted to read for a while. Some of these books I've already read and they're favorites, and so I wanted to own my favorites. So let's get into it. We also have one Kindle ebook as well to go over, which we'll do towards the end. So also, if you hear any noises or whatever, or if the camera shakes, it's because of my puppy. She's underneath you guys right now. So first one is the Merciless. So the Merciless and Three Dark Crowns, which I'm about to talk about next. This is by, what does it say? Oh, Danielle Vega. Were sent to me by Katie Weismer. She did she was getting rid of a whole bunch of books, and I bought these two. I also won Scrappy Little Nobodies, but somebody had already grabbed it, so that's fine. I will get my own copy of Scrappy Little Nobodies. It's one of my favorite books of all time. So I listen to it a lot. The audiobook. I just really want to own a physical copy of it. But yeah, The Merciless is about a group of, actually, I don't really know. It's about a group of girls, I want to say, forgive us, Father, for we have sinned. Brooklyn Stevens in a pool of her own blood, tied up and gagged, no one outside these dark basement walls knows she's there. No one can hear her scream. Sophia Forrest knows she shouldn't have gotten involved. Blah, blah, blah. Now Sophia and her friends are performing an exorcism in Brooklyn, but is more like torture. I'm so excited for this. Katie has been talking about this book a lot, how she hates it because of the type of horror that it is. I don't actually think she hates it. I could be wrong. She could have said she hated it at one point. But it's torture porn, and I've not read actually a really, really good torture porn type novel, which is really weird to say on the internet. But and I'm excited for it. It does have by the way, for anybody, for mature audiences only, and it does start off graphic as ever. And so this is on like the top of my list to read, because like I'm curious and I want to know. Also, is it problematic? There's 4 books. I want to read them all. So, and then because I'm in the mood to read series, as you guys do know, there was another series that I'm not sure she knew that she sent that. I don't know if she did or not. That I also wanted to get into, another darker series, and that's Three Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake. And a lot of people read this when they came out. I'm someone who tends to go back and reread series after they've been popular. I'm not someone who tends to jump on the train. We have one book in here that's definitely a few popular releases, but and so I've tried Three Dark Crowns before. It was not my cup of tea, but I did want the option to go back and revisit if I ever wanted to. So now I own my own physical copy. So thank you so much for that, Katie. Means a lot. I mean, I know I pay money for it, but still, it was kind enough for you to get them out. Then we have Children's of Blood and Bone by Tammy Ayeti. I actually was going to unhaul this not that long ago, as I have started it and gotten so far so many times that I was like, is it worth it? Also, I heard the sequel, Children's of Vengeance and Blood, something like that, Vengeful Fire, was not great, was not like as superior as Children of Blood and Bone, But I had just recently had a friend of mine, I'll link her channel down below, Deshaun 11. She was somebody who I knew in high school. She was my high school my librarian, but she's now a very close friend of mine. And she had recommended this book to me on Facebook because she said there's a lot of stuff in here that I would really, really like and I really, really would enjoy as a reader. And so now I have to pick it up. And so now it's actually been brought up to my attention that I should stop trying to physically read it and try to listen to the audiobook. And so that will probably be a purchase here relatively soon. Ooh, we could go through some of my audiobook. Do we do audiobook calls? I don't think so. Never mind. Ignore me. And then we had Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Like I said, I've been playing this for a while because I originally got a book of the month, which all 3 books over here, and Ninth House was part of it. I love Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I know a lot of people had a lot of problems with Ninth House, and I really liked everything, and I saw great potential for the further sequels for Alex Stern. Also, me and Alex really related on a lot of levels here, and I think that helps a lot for, me as a personal reader. Also, I love the world, dark magic, the speculativeness. It took me forever to get through because it is it is a fantasy novel. It has a lot of magical realism. It is very magical realism, not so much magical because it is blood magic, which I think spews more on magical realism. But I absolutely loved it, and I wanted to own it as it was my first 4-star of the year. So we got the copy. Then we have one of my favorite books of last year, which I'm so happy we own a copy of, and that's No Exit by Taylor Adams. And No Exit by Taylor Adams actually got my sister to read because I thought she would really like the intenseness of it. It's about a girl. Ooh, you know what? Do we do book hauls and explain what they're about? Probably. We'll start now. No, and this is about a girl named Darby who ends up finding a kid in the back of a van when she has to stop at a no exit, and shenanigans happen. I don't want to give too much away. It's an amazing suspense thriller. Keyword here being suspense. I didn't remember it being extremely graphic in the violence, but my sister said it was really, really gory. So if that's something you're squeamish about, maybe not the best choice. Continuing on, we have Traffic by Ellen Hopkins, which is the sequel to Tricks. Tricks is about a group of kids who end up selling their bodies into sex, like hookers. I didn't want to call them hookers. That seems so rude. Sex workers is what I was thinking of, yet I could not think of that word. And now I think they're being sold into sex slavery, I'm assuming. The first book was really, really good. It was the last Ellen Hopkins that I actually enjoyed. Most of her works past that I don't enjoy. I do want to read her school shooting one. I've never been able to find a physical copy of it. And I don't like buying books from her unless I've read them from the library, because we have such a mixed bag here. 90% of her books I've really enjoyed, but there's a few that are just horrible. Rumble. Yet that I know, a lot of people like Rumble, so I don't know. Tricks, however, was something that was really, really near to my heart, and it hurt me in so many ways. So I was like, oh, we gotta read the sequel. And my best friend, who's never popped up on this channel before, she read the sequel because I told her to read the first one, and she said it's just as good. So I'm pretty excited for that. And then we have a book that everybody talked about that I didn't realize anybody talked about, and then it was a whole thing. And what? Yeah, I don't know. It's also supposed to be a thriller set back in the what is this? 1969, and that is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. This got brought up to me by a coworker who read it over their quarantine break throughout the time that we were not working, and she said she absolutely loved it. And then I started looking around, and a lot of people picked this up. This is a 2017 release. Basically, I guess a lot of people really enjoyed picking it up over quarantine, I'm assuming, because everybody read it when it came out, and everybody's reading it now. I have no idea what it's about. It's a murder mystery that takes place in 69, and it's about Kaya Clark, the so-called marsh squirrel. I feel like, I don't know. I'm a little nervous. This could be really graphic, I have a feeling. I'm not sure. Normally when historical fiction and murder mystery go hand in hand, they tend to be really, really dark and graphic tales. But I'm also very curious, and yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, continuing down the list. I'm very sorry, guys. I do have a few books of color on this, but most of these people are white, and that's my fault, and I really should have tried to, everybody here is white, so. That does suck. Could tell you about book month, I guess. But either way, we have Life Sucks, which is what they're going through right now. That's why I said it. We have Life Sucks, which is about a boy who ends up yearning for a girl, who ends up falling for a vampire, who ends up being a crazy vampire, and so a whole bunch of shenanigans happen. I read it when I was in middle school, and I had to grab a copy, and I grabbed this right before the quarantine happened, at half-price books, and I hated it. I thought it was trash. Don't recommend you own. Probably will on haul eventually, because I don't plan on ever picking it up again. And does not need to be in my collection. So then we have the Umbrella Academy, book 1, which is the Apocalypse Suite. The Umbrella Academy is about these group of kids who are taken in by this man, trained to be superheroes, their bodies and stuff. They are given blood, is that what it is, to make them superhuman, and each of them have different abilities and stuff, and there's 8 of them, and this one follows a whole bunch of different things. And I wanted to read it before I watched the TV show, since the TV show is heavily influenced by this graphic novel, if I'm not mistaken. And so yeah. Alright. Then we have Lucy Fowley's The Guest List, which is a murder mystery taking place on an island, kind of like And Then They Were Gone by the most famous thriller writer of all time. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So, this is, exclusive living on an Irish island. The bride, the plus one, the best man, the wedding planner, and the bridesmaid all have a secret, all have a motive, but one is murdered. I heard this is a much more of a drama than it is a thriller, so that's a little disappointing. But I'm so excited. Either way, I'll be picking up at some point during this month, as I am following several book clubs that are reading it. So I have to grab it, because they're reading it. And then, of course, I do have The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. Now, out of everybody on this list, I think this is going to be the one that's requested the most for me to do a review about, because it is The Ballad of Songbirds. And I will tell you this much. I got it on release, and that's how far I got, because I was bored with it. I didn't really like it at all. I also had an ear infection, so we can blame it on that, which is fine. I'm going to start over from the beginning. It's like 30 pages, by the way. My problem with it so far is that I'm just really bored, I guess. And so I'm really hoping that I didn't really like the political intrigue. I like the action of Hunger Games. I thought it was really intense and really fast. I thought Suzanne Collins wrote it well. So knowing that this book doesn't actually take place in the Hunger Games was a great letdown for me. This fall is President Snow on his first Hunger Games, and I'm so, like I said, in the middle of recording a spoilery vlog type video for it, but it might be a while before you guys see that. I will review it. I'll finish that vlog, but it might be a while. There's other books that we're going to talk about that will get a video probably much sooner than that one. Unless you guys really want to see it, and I can move it up on my schedule. That's fine. Let's open the book of the month. I'm so excited. Guys, I'm so excited. Oh my Jesus. The books were so good. I'm so excited. Okay. Here we go. Ah, do you see it? Do you see it? Ah! Okay, so if you guys have ever opened a bookmark, is you got Great Taste is on one side, and then they package all the books together, which is something I really, really like. So these are all the books I got, which will unpackage. And then it just kind of has a simple whatever. Oh, there it is. Oh my God, it's here. Ah. My most anticipated thriller. Actually, I have a few. I can't really honestly say this is my most anticipated thriller. I did start another one on Audible, so I might have to stop that to put. I don't know. I have so many books I want to read, yet I have no intent. I'm not in the mood to read. Do you ever get that feeling? We have so many books to read, but so many books you want to read. Yeah. Okay. So like here they are. Oh wow, it's really interesting. The one. So. One's a new release. It doesn't come out until the end of June, so it's not even out yet by the time this video One of them is by the same author. It's my other favorite book of his. And then one of them is one of my favorite books of last year. Actually, is my favorite book of last year. I own both my favorite books of last year. Alright, so they come with a little bookmark thing, which I really like, in case you're new. I've gotten a few of those. And then they also have Share the Love, get a free book by telling friends about it and stuff. And, oh, that has my address on it. And the books and stuff, and yeah, so forth. No one cares, right? Alright, we'll save the new one for last. We'll go with this one. I was actually half tempted not to get this copy because I wanted a paperback, but like I just want to own it so bad, so I got it. And that is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McLaren, and I feel so bad for liking this book, and I'm going to explain why. This is about two sons who are falling in love, and they fall their politics. One's the son of the president, one's the son of the British Empire thingy, and they fall in love, and it's political intrigues, everything I told you I didn't want in Iron Games, ironically. Just better, because it's all about love, and I'm so excited to own a copy of it. It's one of my favorite books. Oh my god. I own the audiobook. I bought it a while ago, and I was like, because I've listened to the audiobook now 4 times, and I was like, I have to own it. So, here we are. But it is written by a woman. Do they not have a picture of her? It's her debut, if I'm not mistaken. This is her debut. I'll read anything from this woman, though, because this is beautiful. This is everything. It's so gorgeous. It's so soft. I can't wait to force my mom to read it. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm so excited. I've not really seen the inside yet. I've only had it once in my house. I love it. Oh, it's so cool. Look at the colors. It's so cute. And then they always have a book of the month kind of signing thing. So yeah. So that's that. That's Red, White, and Royal Blue. Then we have Lock Every Door by Riley Sagar, which is about a girl who ends up going into this hotel, and when she stays there's rules, and by the end of the rules or whatever, creepy things start happening or whatever. Riley Sagar is the author that I binged through his books last year. What could be the new one? And that's really cool. I like the back of that. And so I really liked it. I listened to them all on Audible, because I like to intake my thrillers that way. But his new one, we're gonna talk about it here in a second, which I know somewhat about because Kay Weismer has been reading it, and so like through Kay Weismer I've heard some stuff. But the whole reason why we made a book haul video is for this one book, and it's Home Before Dark by Riley Sagar. Yeah, fuck yeah! Oh my god, I'm so excited. And by the way, there will be no review for it, because I'm reviewing all of his books together, so like there's already gonna be a video on it. And if you guys want a separate video for Home Before Dark, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so the back cover for this, it's also kind of like a house, but you can't really tell. Very interesting. And then this is what the inside sleeve looks like. This is about a woman who inherits a house, I want to say, and so it's a story within a story. I don't know. Let's just read the tagline and then, yeah. Bells that ring themselves, record players that turn on and play music to empty rooms, ghosts that will climb out of wardrobes, ... is like the thing, the very top of what I just read you. I don't really know. It's supposed to be a ghost story? What? A ghost story by Riley Sagar? Oh, guys, he's improving. We'll talk about it in this video. But, oh, okay. And then lastly, like I said, I do have one ebook I do want to shout out that came out yesterday, which we'll have a full review on, and that is Natalia Lee's Pistol Daisy. There is another ebook though coming out in next week, which will not be a part of this book haul because I don't own it yet, and that is Kay Weismer's book. That will also have a review. We should be getting one of the reviews. One review for Kay Weismer this week. Yeah. Pistol Daisy. Okay. So yeah, this is about a girl who ends up taking revenge for the people who murdered her family. It's been really good so far, and like I said, we're currently reading it together. So, and that will have a non-spoiler and spoiler section, and I think that's what I'm going to do for Kay Weismer's as well. Alright, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below. Don't forget, in the description down below, there's things to help the Black Lives Matter movement. If that's petitions, if that's whatever, I have a whole bunch of links and stuff down below. And if you want to add to those links, there's a story, there's a donation, whatever it might be, just tell me the reason why in the comments, and I will add it to the list of the ever-growing. There's also a list of Black booktubers. Oh, I found so many great ones, and I'm so excited. I've got some new content to watch. I do want to mention, though, do not subscribe if you're not going to watch. And I don't mean that in a really, really mean way. I mean that in a, it really hurts their YouTube channel. YouTube will stop sending them out through the algorithm if they have an influx of subscribers that nobody watches their content for. And it ends up really, really hurting it. So just keep that in mind when going through that list. Find people that you really connect with, that you could really see yourself watching. You don't just want to subscribe to a whole bunch of people because you think it's the right thing to do. Do it because you want to. And that's my TED Talk for the day. So if you guys enjoy this video, like I said, thumbs up and everything. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for watching.